And you can close your eyes. I'm going to close mine. And we're going to go find a piece of you that you haven't seen in a while. So let's just take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out with a sigh. And do a deep breath in again through the nose and let it out with a sigh. And we'll do one more time. Deep breath in through the nose and let it out with a sigh. And I want you to sit comfortably or lay down if you want to. It's fine too. Just kind of tune into your body. See if you feel anything anywhere. Feel comfortable. Maybe move around a little bit until you get that kind of comfortable, position where you can sit for a little bit. And just kind of allow your body to still. Allow your breathing to slow down. And tune into you. Tune into all the places that I activated with the little talk that I just had. Where do you feel anything? Do you feel a little tingling somewhere? Maybe there's a lot of emotion or energy moving through your body right now. I can feel it in my midsection. It's just very activated from some of the things that I expressed. And just settling into that, allowing that to be, being okay with it. And then you're going to imagine yourself through your mind's eye. Some people are very good at visualizing, others just kind of get a sensation. So either one is totally fine. But I'm going to describe something to you, and you're going to come along on this journey with me. So imagine yourself now inside of you, that you are out on a field. It's warm, sunny. You're standing bare feet in long, tall grass. There's kind of a little path that you're at. You see some butterflies around you. You can hear some birds chirping in the distance. And the wind is moving slowly against your skin. But it's one of those warm summer days where you just feel totally relaxed. Your body is just warm and happy, and you feel very open. And you can see on this path that it's leading towards the forest. So you imagine yourself start to walk in that direction, following the path, moving towards some trees. You see some clouds in the sky. You smile at the flowers on the side next to you. Everything is just so beautiful, calm, and still. And you keep on walking. And you get to this opening where there's a huge, beautiful old tree standing in the middle of this open area next to the forest. And you immediately know that that's where you're supposed to go. You feel like this looks like the tree of life. Has a huge trunk, really big foliage. There's a lot of birds nesting in there. And you walk up against this tree. You touch it, you can feel it in your hands. It's warm, it's a little rugged. And you walk around the tree while you're kind of using your hand to touch the tree. And before you know it, you see that there's an opening in this huge trunk. And there looks like there's a stair leading down. And you know intuitively that that's where you're supposed to go. So you peek inside the tree in the trunk and you just kind of look around and you start to take the first step and move down inside of the trunk of this tree. It's a little bit colder in here. It's dark. And as you descend down this spiral staircase, down inside of the tree, you can smell the mustiness of the air. It smells like wood and dirt and soil. And it's quieter in here. It's darker. But you don't feel afraid. You feel very safe, like this is where you're meant to be. You continue your descent. And before you know it, at the bottom of the stair, there's this really big root that goes all the way down into the earth. And you follow that root down, kind of sliding down. You're moving past layers of soil. You're seeing little worms, and you're just sliding all the way down into the earth. And then when you get to the bottom, you move out and you see that there's this beautiful stream. You ended up in the middle of the earth in a beautiful stream of water. You step inside of it and it's a nice temperature. It's a kind of like a lazy river. It's moving slowly. There's a whole nother world down there. There's a whole nother forest down there. And so you continue to walk into the stream and you feel so relaxed. The water feels so good against your legs and your feet and your arms and your hands that you decide to just lay down on your back and you float, you lay down, you relax, you feel so held, so protected as you're floating around along this stream. You look up around you, there's all these beautiful trees and birds. And you just take a deep breath and you just feel so amazing. Before you know it, there's this little beach. You decide to get out of the water and get up on that little beach. It's still nice and warm. You're a little wet, but you're not bothered because it's so beautiful outside. And where you got up, there's a large field and there's a stone, big stone in the middle of that field. And on that stone, there's a little child. You see this child. It's looking in the other direction. You feel a warmth inside of you out of recognition that this is you. This is a younger version of you. It could be a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, a teenager. Only you know who this is. And as you walk towards that stone, you start to feel a sense of excitement. The child slowly turns towards you, and it has a big smile on its face. It's been waiting for you. It starts to run towards you, and you find yourself running too. And before you know it, you find yourself in a deep hug with your inner child. You feel warmth in your chest. You're happy. And also, a little moved, like sadness and beauty. Only you know which part of you this is. You hold your inner child. Finally, you get to meet again. And you ask your inner child, what do you want to do? Maybe your inner child wants to play a little bit. Maybe it wants to just hug you. Maybe it wants to tell you something. Whatever it is, you say yes. Let's do that. So you spend some time together doing whatever it is that your child wants to do with you. And you feel so liberated, so full of joy, as you can see this child smiling so brightly towards you. After a while, you can't help yourself but to ask the question, would you like to come back with me? What can I do for you in order for you to come back with me? And your inner child will give you an answer and let you know what you can do for that part. Maybe it's being a little playful every day. Maybe it's listening and paying attention to when it wants to speak to you. Whatever it is, you're going to be happy to do it because you're so eager to get this beautiful part of you joined together with you again. If your inner child said, yes, I want to come with you, you now take each other's hands and you walk down towards that lazy river again. You feel so warm, so whole, as you both lay down on your backs in the water, floating slowly back towards that big tree again. You feel excited. So does your inner child. Remember, it's been waiting for you. The water is just so warm and beautiful against you, against your skin. You feel healed, feel purified. You feel new. You see that root, that big root that you came down through in front of you. And you and your inner child start climbing up that root, looking at the soil, looking at all the beauty in the earth. As you quickly ascend up, 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 until you see that stair again, that circular stair. And you start walking. Your inner child is in front of you, and you're behind. You're ascending up that spiral staircase, inside that dark tree. And before you know it, you start to see a little sliver of light from that hole, the top of the trunk. You walk up, and you're now in the sunlight again, outside of that tree. You and your inner child holding hands, smiling, doing whatever you feel like. Maybe you're running around doing airplanes. Maybe you're looking at butterflies. Maybe you're just hugging and crying because you find how beautiful it is that you get to be together again. You start walking down that same path you came from. Still warm, still sunny, still a beautiful breeze. You stop and you look at a flower together. And then you pick up that inner child in your arms. You hug them tightly. You kind of imagine a large ball of light that's engulfing both of you energetically and just unifying you as one person again. You imagine the two of you fusing into this beautiful light, integrating into your body, putting that inner child inside of your heart, holding him or her so tightly, promising them again that you will do what you said you were going to do in order for them to stay with you, to feel safe with you, to feel loved. And as this process happens, you start to feel so whole, so complete. Like you've been missing this little piece of you for such a long time that you almost forgot. And now that it's here, you feel like you again. You remember what it used to feel like with this piece of you still intact. In this beautiful energy bubble, pure light, you just rest for a moment, allowing this to fully integrate. And now it's time to come back to our bodies, to maybe move our fingers and toes a little bit. Remember that we're still here. Taking a breath in, letting that settle inside of us. Feeling that new energy still moving around a little bit, still settling in, but with a new sense of excitement, a new sense of wholeness, a new sense of beauty, and maybe even an idea for a project to do tomorrow with the inner child, what you're going to create together. So you slowly come back into your body, back into your torso, your belly. You could take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, only when you're ready, you can open your eyes.